How y'all doing? And thanks for watching. This is Wicked Warnings coming at you with a really nice 2019 Ford Transit van. Keep in mind, we are your #1 source for construction and emergency products for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, vans like this, and everything in between. What we're looking at right now, I'll keep it quick and to the point. That's 4 3-inch all amber M-Powers. They're set up in an X pattern. 2 of those are on Intercycle Standard. The other 2 are on Intercycle Alternate. That's the pattern that you're looking at. I like that pattern. Works extremely well. Now, we did not need to remove the grille on the front of this van for this install. We were able to go right from underneath the hood and access those wires. We are offering this complete kit as a bundle. I'm going to give you the wiring, the connection, pretty much everything you need, short of a couple of ring terminals and some crimpers. So at the end of the video, we'll go over all of the install and show you exactly how all this is done, and you can have a clickable link to buy everything right here. Upper right hand corner right now, see that eye in the upper right hand corner of the video? Click it. That's how you buy this entire kit, okay? That's where you get all the contents. Let me show you around the back. Alrighty, around the back we kept it simple, kept it quick and easy. We've got 2 of our HAW Duo kits in there. That stands for hideaway. That means it's hidden inside, hiding away inside the factory lens. This particular reverse lens is quite large, so we'll have more than enough room for 2 sets of lights. And we elected on this particular build to synchronize both amber flashers and both red flashers to alternate. We'll set it on a 75 FPM triple flash, but you can select any pattern you like. You can also wig-wag if you prefer left to right alternate lights. I did an in-depth coverage on how to drill and how to mount those as well. We'll show that at the end of the video. For the switching, what we went with was right here on the dash. We just went with a nice 3/4 switch. Mounts up right here on the dash quite easily. There's a little bit of plastic you have to clean out from behind there, but nothing bad at all. You can remove the factory headlamp switch by prying it outward. There's some metal tabs on the top and the bottom. Be careful, don't break the extra plastic around the perimeter of it. And it'll give you some access. You can also pull this out and get a little access. I pull this cup holder up as well. I ran my wiring right up here. Be careful not to interfere with any of the airbag or any of that. And you can run it, sorry, there's some light for you. We'll run it right up here. And we went right through here, underneath here. You can kind of push that up and see how easy it is to get at it. Oh, look at it, there's our wire. And you can kind of go right behind that foam, and you'll end up in the back of the back of the van. It's a cargo van, run right down the factory conduit on the driver's side roof to the rear, very easy. So, if you'd like this bundle, go ahead and click that link. I'm going to put it up here again in the upper right-hand corner right now. See that eye? That's how you buy this product. It's a bundle kit. It's going to come with everything you need to do this job on your own. And we're going to go into the in-depth instructions right now. Thanks for watching Wicked Warnings. Keep in mind, we are your #1 source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting and products for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, SUVs, and big old 2019 Ford Transit vans, just like this. Even the little Transit vans. They're pretty much the same. Take a look at our van video gallery. I'm going to put a link to that right here now. Take a look at some of the other Transit vans we've done in that video gallery if you wanted some other ideas. But if you like what you're seeing here and you want to buy it, click that link we showed earlier and stay tuned right now as we roll into some of the more in-depth coverage on this install. Thanks again for watching Wicked Warnings. Alright, hey y'all, just a little bit extra detail here as we're putting the hideaways in the rear of this particular van. I'm going to show you a lens, but first let me show you how we're going to go through on each side here after you take the hideaway, standard taillight out, put your hideaway in it. There's this rubber grommet. Now we just put a couple holes in there with a standard punch tool. You could use a drill bit, whatever. This grommet will fit back in there. That's where we're going to run our red and amber hideaways, but you could use one or both or whatever, but this right here, and the easy way to get to it is we'll pop this switch panel out. And behind there, you can pretty much reach in there and connect those 2. As you can see over here, we've already got a set of hideaways coming through here. The vans are almost always open like this, so you can pretty much run this wire right up like this, across the top here, and straight on forward to your switch down that line right there. So nothing to really explain there, but I'll show you a little bit closer on this side here. First off, here's the back of the light. We put a hideaway high and low, okay? That puts them right in here inside the lens, right above and below the factory light. We put orange on the bottom, red on top. We're gonna synchronize these and flash both orange against both red. Just my particular preference for today. I zip tied this all up nice, brought this wiring through here. You can see here what I mean. If you make that hole nice and snug, you'll have no water intrusion in there. Of course, we're going to back this all up. Now, if you want to put a waterproof connection here, you feel free to cut that wire and add a connection if you want. Be sure when you cut the wire, your warranty is void for the hideaways. So keep that in mind. That's why we don't like to cut it unless we absolutely have to. These are incandescent bulbs. They're easy to change. We're going to leave a little slack inside here so the installer, if he needs to change this light, can pull it out like that. And there's also the connections, of course, on the other end of that wire. So that's a little bit of detail on how we're going to do the hideaways in the back of this van. How you doing? I just want to give you a little bit more detail on this grill and how we wired the grill and the power tap for your M-Power. Make this install easy for you. All right, so as you can see in the grill here, we use the M-Power because of its extremely small footprint. We also used it because you can install it without removing this whole bumper front fascia. Okay, so this is our location. Drill a single hole, use our 3M Primer 94, and hold that pressure on there like this for a good 60-90 seconds after you apply it to make sure it bonds quite well. Okay, you can drill a hole here, and you can see in here, I'll try to put the light on it, you can see where, oh, there's our wire. See where it went up in, and it goes back through the hole right there. Okay, there is room, and on the top here, see right there we went back through, there's room to slide the wiring around behind the side here of the radiator condenser there, or evaporator, or whatever it is in front, and that's how we did that. Okay, same thing on the other side. And I'll show you here underneath the hood. The wiring actually comes out. See over there, right? That's the wiring coming out. We came up here and we did a nice little loop. We left a little room in case they ever needed to drop the bumper fascia. They can drop it down with the extra slack we left in there. Quite honestly, I bet this bumper fascia will probably never come off this van. So we ran the wiring this way. Okay, and here, same deal. We left a little loop so we can remove the bumper if we wanted. And you can see where the wiring comes out from underneath down there. It runs along here. And I have some detail on the hole in the firewall right there that we did. We used the factory ground right there, and we ran our power wire and our fuse tap right over here, and underneath this cover is where we attached our fuse tap. We're using a 5-amp fuse. We tagged it as such just so everybody knows what that fuse is for. So there's your further detail on the front to make this install easy. We used a 22-5. We only needed power, ground, and sync. So we only used those 3 wires. We weather protected the other 2 wires on the M-Power, and we just cut them off of the 22.5. We don't use them. We extended all 4 M-Powers with 22.5. We brought them inside, and behind the switch panel area is where we connected our synchronization and our powers and grounds. We ran power to the switch output, and our ground, we went to our ground that we pulled in from here. Our main ground is connected here, and it goes inside with the power for the switch. So that ground then goes to the back of the switch and connects to all the grounds for the individual lights. So on the back of the switch, you'll have either a jumper wire from your grounded connections from your 22.5s, or you could run all 4 22.5s to the back of the switch, in addition to the ground from the fender, in addition to the ground from the rear, 18.2. Totally up to you how you run that. Hopefully this a little bit of detail helped you out. Thank you. I'm going to do a little in-depth detail here on this 2019 Ford Transit. How do you get through the firewall? So let's take a look here. You can see right here, this is where I drilled our hole. I can fold this down. See back there? I would not go much lower than that because there's the strut tower on the other side. So you really need to be there. You could even probably cheat it up a little bit, and it won't hurt anything. And on the other side of there, you'll have to pull some carpet away from underneath the dash and fish your arm up there, way up in there. But you'll see the BCM and everything's in the way, but you can fish your arm up way up in there and get to this area right there. That's a 3/4 hole, and you put your 3/4 grommet in there, and that's how we're getting through the firewall for all of our wiring here. We got our 4 grill lights. We're going to grab our power and ground, where power is from right here, and then our ground, we went to the factory ground. See it right there? There we go. Factory ground right there on the fender. We're going to carry that power and ground inside to power our switch. And these are all our wiring that's going to go through there. This is how I like to drill it. It's just an extension and a Harbor Freight Unibit. So you can make up your own method, but this seems to work quite well when I need to get up into that firewall and pump a 3/4 hole right through it so we can put a snap-in grommet into the hole. Don't forget to grommet. Don't run your wires through the hole without the grommet. Alright guys, just want to show you the final result there. Now always bring your wires out and down. That'll keep any water from ever wicking into the hole and ending up in the vehicle. If you brought the wires out and up, water can follow that down the wire through the hole and into the footwell of the vehicle. So as you can see, bring them wires out and down. I elected to put the plastic grommet, of course, behind the insulation, snapped securely into the metal, the actual sheet metal of the firewall, and then I put the insulation back. And that way I wrapped some Tesa tape around it while there to make a nice snug fit by the grommet with that 3/4 plastic grommet. Let me show you the inside. Okay, so truthfully, there's no real way to show you, but I did find a way to sneak a peek through this OBD2 area right here. So I'm going to try to get the camera to focus up just so you can see where the actual thing comes through. Okay, see it right back there in the back left part? Let me try to hear. Okay, there we go. That is where the grommet, the hole that you drilled, see there the hood cable and the factory wiring loom to the upper right, that's where it's going to be coming through. So you pull back a little bit of the insulation there and you can reach up there and get to your wiring. You could drill a little larger hole if you were doing some kind of a large system. I would say you probably drill up to 1.5 inch hole there if you needed. So hopefully that helps you on a transit van. Thanks for watching. Build 19660.